Watch back.
I see you.
Coming up behind you.
Still haven't moved.
Watch behind you now. That might have confused you there a little bit. I was doing some breathing exercises that a monk taught me when I visited Tibet during my training.
Really? You don't say.
Nothing like a good 8-mile run in the morning.
Well, you only did 12 laps. That's less than a mile.
Well, I was counting the distance to the park from where I live.
Well, you only live 2 blocks down. That's less than half a mile.
Really, I'll have to recalculate then. I haven't lived in this city that long. I was telling to myself, hey, this doesn't feel like 8 miles, you know. The couple on the other side of the track there that were feeding the birds told me they'd never seen anybody run as fast as I have.
Well, that was Jerry. You know he's blind, right?
Yeah, the company that I work for likes me to keep in shape.
Oh, really? What company is that?
Not really allowed to say.
What are you, some kind of a spy or something?
I'm really not allowed to say. Let's just forget we had this conversation.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
My name is Gus, by the way. Gus Armstrong.
Yeah, you moved in like a year ago. We've met a dozen times. I've been to your house.
Of course we have. I'm messing with your head and you don't even know it. This is one of the mind games that I learned in my training.
Don't you guys have rules about messing with people's heads like that?
I don't play by the rules. I make up my own rules.
Well, which one is it? Do you make up your own rules or do you not play by the rules? Because what's the point of making up rules if you're not going to play by them?
My rules just change from day to day, however I need them to.
Well, what's the difference between just not having any rules at all? I'm just trying to understand what it is you're doing.
You're not fooling me, Kevin. I can do this all day.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'm interviewing nannies here today. If you could give me some space here, I'd appreciate it, Gus.
Good morning. You must be Mr. Chickenson.
Yeah, you can just call me Kevin. I'm guessing the agency sent you. We can go ahead and get started if you want. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name is Marla Jenkins. I'm here on behalf of Excellent Nanny Enterprises. I apologize for any misconceptions, Mr. Chickenson, but I'm not here to interview for the position. I'm here to conduct the intake interview, just to see where you'll fit into our little family.
Y'all already did a background check and a credit history. What else do you need?
Well, just relax. It's more a matter of figuring out who you are and what your specific needs are so that we can better serve you.
Well, how long is this going to take?
Shouldn't take more than 20 or 30 minutes. They're open-ended questions that we kind of have fun with, and I'll just throw them out there and you just tell me whatever pops into your head and we'll have a little fun discussion just so we can figure out more what your specific needs are and how we can better serve you. How does that sound? Does that sound okay?
It sounds like something I got to do if I ever want to get you guys to work, so let's get started.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with something fun and light a little bit that you don't have to think too much about. Like, what's your favorite movie?
Die Hard.
Okay. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Lethal Weapon.
What's your favorite romance?
Lethal Weapon 3.
No, I meant romance.
Yeah, romance. Like when Mel Gibson and Rene Russo, they're comparing scars and they wind up taking all their clothes off and doing it on the living room floor.
I don't know that I'd consider that romance, but okay. Well, let's try something a little different then. If you could have dinner with anyone, any historical figure, who would you choose?
Well, that would depend. Do I have to go back to his time or is he coming ahead to my time? And where are we going to eat? Like, if I pick Gandhi and we go to a barbecue place, unless it has a nice salad bar, I don't think I'm going to get a really great conversation out of him. And what about George Washington? I mean, if we're eating dinner, I'm guessing those dentures of his wouldn't have him in a really great mood at mealtime. And what about Jesus? I mean, what do I serve Jesus,
I think the question is more about what your interests are.
Well, why don't you just ask me what my interests are?
Well, how are you more with brain teasers? Say, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it really make a noise?
Well, if there's no one there to hear it, who cares?
Well, what if a tree falls on your car and causes a lot of damage?
Well, my car wouldn't be in the middle of the woods, though. And if it damaged my car, I wouldn't be wondering how much noise it made. I would be wondering how much it's going to cost me to get it fixed.
I don't know that we're really getting anywhere with these kind of questions. Let's try something simpler. Tell me how you grew up.
Well, I was one of 12.
I guess your mother laid a dozen eggs.
Yeah, that's funny. I haven't ever heard that one before.
Well, I've seen those movies, Cheaper by the Dozen, and with 6 you get egg rolled, where the big families, they always seem like they're having so much fun.
Wrong movie. Have you ever watched Lord of the Flies? It's every man for himself. You only eat what you kill. Look, I know how difficult I am. I know I'm not a ray of sunshine. I just need help with these kids while my wife is away.
I think I know just the person for you. Kevin, I'd like you to meet our associate, Gus Weaver.
Gus Weaver?
The Weezer.
Wait, your last name's Weezer? I thought it was Armstrong.
No, I think you have me confused. That was my twin brother.
Wait, you have a twin brother with a different last name and the same first name?
It happens, Sometimes when twins are raised apart by different families, they have a lot of similar things that are just uncanny.
Oh, so you guys were raised apart?
No, not us.
So your parents gave you different last names?
I'm afraid I'm a little confused. Do you two know one another?
Listen, I don't care what kind of stories you like to tell or what kind of games you like to play. I just want to know, do you have experience as a nanny? If so, you're hired.
Well, hey, Kevin. I'm going to be stopping by your house a little bit later.
Well, hey, buddy. Well, that's great. I mean, you're always welcome. What's going on?
Shh! I'm on a secret mission. Tell Gus I'll have his dry cleaning. He'll know what that means.
It means you're picking up his dry cleaning, and he told you it was a secret mission, right? He's not a spy. He's just a nanny.
Well, if he's not a spy, he sure does know a lot about being a spy.
I'm telling you, I've seen his work history. I've talked to his parents. He's not a spy. He's just a regular guy who likes to show off.
He can be a spy. Why are you being so negative?
I'm not being negative. I'm just skeptical.
Don't be such a skeptic, Kevin. Learn to trust. Have a little bit of faith.
Are you kidding me? Is this a joke?
Imagine all of the fantastic things he could be teaching your children, like base jumping off the sides of buildings, or kung fu, or skydiving.
I think we'll be teaching them how to count to 10 before we start dropping them off the sides of buildings. Well, hey there, Meredith. Come on in. Why are you knocking on the kitchen door?
I don't mean to impose, Kevin.
No, you're always welcome. It's just you usually knock on the front door.
I was actually hoping to catch up with Gus. We were having quite an interesting conversation about Budapest.
Budapest, huh? You ever been to Budapest?
No, but I've always wanted to go.
You don't think that's weird that you've traveled so much and the only places he talks about are the ones you haven't been to?
What are you trying to say, Kevin?
Look, he's really good with the kids. He's always on time. He doesn't complain. And he's a really nice fella. But I don't put too much weight on the stories he tells me.
What is it you're trying to say, Kevin?
You think he's a spy, don't you?
Well, I think he has an interesting background.
He's not a spy, okay? He's a 19-year-old kid with a vivid imagination. He's not a spy.
Well, does he know that you harbor such hostility?
I'm not being hostile. I just told you I like the kid. He just took the kids to gymnastics. He'll be back in about 30 minutes. Why don't you come back and ask him to find Budapest on a map?
Well, I got the kids to sleep. If there's nothing else, I'll be reporting for duty first thing in the morning.
Hey, listen, I appreciate all your hard work, but I gotta tell you, you gotta stop going around acting like you're some kind of spy. You got everybody all upset. I mean, Buddy's running around getting your dry cleaning. Meredith's acting like a schoolgirl. All right, just look me in the eye and tell me that you know you are not a spy, okay?
Of course I'm not a spy. Nobody uses the word spy.
You never worked for a government agency or any kind of spy-type organization whose initials spell a word?
Well, I can't confirm or deny that, sir.
Now, see, I think a real spy would have gone ahead and lied to me. Anyway, I'm going to need you extra early Monday morning. I have to go into the office. Is that going to be an issue? No, sir. I'll be here at 6 a.m.
I appreciate your time, Mr. Anthony.
Keep on that, Bearman.
Morning, Bearman. Who was that guy?
Someone from the government doing a security overview of our personnel.
Man, I can't wait to get home and tell Gus that the government is doing security checks on people in my company. He'll probably just make up some bullshit story and then get all evasive when you try and pin him down with detail. It is really annoying that everybody else seems to actually buy all this bullshit. People are so stupid. Not like me. I'm smart. It is kind of weird that they're doing these security inspections just a few days after I hire Gus. I wonder if there's any connection there. Of course, it's also weird that he's a weasel and his last name's Weezer. And what about that ant guy in the suit in the elevator? He was kind of weird looking, kind of creepy. So what do I know? Ants could be nice people. If he has a niece or a nephew, is he an Uncle Ant? It's not possible that Gus could actually be an agent, is it? An actual spy couldn't go around saying the stuff that he says. Of course, maybe they're counting on people thinking that they couldn't do that, and that's why they do it. But then he seems to want people to believe it rather than not. Now, who is this? Is this that same ant guy in the black suit following behind me in the flashy sports car? What are the odds of that happening? Hello? Anybody home? What's this? Super Spy, a live-action role-playing game. Beginner's Guide includes Budapest, a beginner's mission. What is this all? Some kind of game to him where he just takes people's kids and base jumps off the sides of buildings?
I see you found the guidebook.
God, jeez.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you there.
Hey, where are the kids?
They're next door with Meredith. Mr. Anthony stopped by to tell me I got accepted. I'm getting an internship with a government agency.
Oh, really? Which agency is that?
I'm not allowed to say.
You're not allowed to say, of course.
I appreciate everything you've done for me, sir. I hate to leave you hanging with no nanny.
No, I get it. You got to follow your dreams. Except for that one where you're out in public and then suddenly realize you're naked.
Is there something wrong with you?
All right, we're done here.